again, and welcome to another episode of The Blender on scenestr TV. Today, Jesse gossips with local pop star Ricki-Lee before he zips across the Tasman to chat with Kiwi indie pop rockers, the Beths.
Later, Gabby and I unlock our inner lumberjack for a spot of axe throwing, you heard that right, and James Murphy reviews the Mafia Trilogy video game. Then we put the weapons away to cross to Richard Sowada, director of the Revelation Perth Film Festival, for his elevator pitch on their upcoming event, Couch.
To finish, we have comedian Brodi Snook's top 5 ways to procrastinate the day. But first, here's Jesse with local pop star and Australia's Got Talent host Ricki-Lee on her banger new track, Last Night.
Hey guys, today I am chatting with Australian pop princess Ricki-Lee, who has just released her new single, Last Night. How you going, Ricki-Lee?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you. First of all, I saw a recent clip of you on this side project being interviewed, and you did a pretty damn good job hosting Australia's Got Talent, and I got some major potential talk show host vibes. So do you think that if that opportunity ever arose, would that be something that you'd be into doing?
Definitely. Working on AGT was really fun. I've got no business hosting a TV show. It was when I went to host a show, but it's really you just have to be yourself. And I love interacting with people. I love having good conversations, and I think definitely I wouldn't say no.
What is the main thing that you love about performing in a live show?
There's an electricity in the air. Every time before I go out on stage, I get nervous. But it's only because I want to go out there and do such a great job. So I always get nervous, and every show is different. There's an amazing power when you are on stage and you've got thousands of people in front of you, and you are the one that controls how that room feels at any moment, whether it's people laughing or crying or up dancing or the greatest thing in the world, performing, and I miss it so much. I think what I learnt after my tour last year was that people that come to a Ricki-Lee show, they want to get drunk and they want to stand on the chairs and they want to sing at the top of their lungs and they want to forget about their real life and they just want to have a good time. Being on stage, watching the reaction, that's the stuff that my fans love from me, and that's definitely what I'm going to take into this next era and this next phase of my career and my music. And Last Night is the start of that, and I just can't wait to go and put on an epic show.
And you've kind of given us a summer anthem in the middle of winter, which is very much appreciated. What was the sort of process behind, preparing to release the track? And was there any hesitation because of everything that's going on right now?
I'd written this song at the end of 2018. The producer who I worked with on this song, Throttle, just was not available. He was traveling and touring. He's a DJ, and we just couldn't finish it last year. So I think when this all happened, it was, in a weird way for me, a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because it gave us the chance to stop, and the schedule was cleared, so it wasn't like I was going to be going anywhere. It wasn't like I was busy. It just so happened that because of all of this, the producer Throttle was in Australia, in Melbourne. He's not traveling. Why not finish the song? I think it's a breath of fresh air for lots of people, and for me as well, to just put some feel-good music out there that makes people smile and makes people happy.
Tell me a little bit about your reaction when it went to number 1.
I was overwhelmed. I was shocked. I was paralyzed a little bit, and I just couldn't move. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know. I was when the phone was picked up and it was look, you're number 1. I was I just didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to do. I'll always remember that night. And then also one of the things that I really wanted to do was, before I let the moment pass, was I wanted to get straight on, and I went straight on Instagram Live, and I wanted to talk to my fans, who were the people that made it happen. Yeah, I drunk cried on Instagram Live for everyone to see. But I don't care. I'm number 1. The day before I wrote Last Night, I'd written a ballad, and I kind of was driving home and I was I just want to write an upbeat, happy song. I had been at the 50 songs in 5 days. It was a songwriting thing that APRA and that gets put on, and all these songwriters from all over come in and write songs together. And I'd seen Throttle there, and we kind of made it happen that we were going to write together the next day. I knew that I wanted like driving pianos, and I knew that it had to have tempo. I knew it had to have a big chorus. I think I had the title. We dicked around for most of the day. Like, I look back at the videos of us in the studio that day, like we were laying on the floor acting like cockroaches, and we just wanted to write a song that made people happy, that made us want to dance. And in the room, we were dancing around the whole time. And it's only you. We were obsessed with that when it happened. And we were like, oh, I love that. Doing it all remotely and not in the same room was definitely a new experience, but very cool. And the result is an incredible song that I'm very proud of.
If it is your last night, where are you spending it and why?
I think if it was our last night, this is exactly where I would want to be. We would be on the couch eating, lamb and broccoli, and we'd make pizza and chips and popcorn, and I'd have ice cream because it doesn't matter if I'm lactose intolerant. It's my last night. I'll do whatever I want, And we'd watch movies and trashy TV, and then we go and lay in our bed. Like that honestly is like the perfect night. And we'd definitely be drinking too.
It's so funny you mentioned broccolini. I had broccolini pasta last night, and I had it left over for lunch today. It was so good.
I love broccolini. My friends, that's what they request for me to cook. They want me to cook. They want it's Ricky's broccolini and the lamb cutlets. Oi, cook me some lamb cutlets and broccolini.
Well, maybe if you don't end up being the TV host, you can go into like cooking and like make a cookbook or something. I don't know.
I just make simple things taste yummy. Me putting out a cookbook would just be a joke. I think it would just be salt, add lemon to every. Lemon and salt fixes all.
On that note, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Congratulations on the new single. It's a banger, as I've said multiple times throughout this interview. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you love the song. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, Ricki-Lee. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Ricki-Lee's broccolini sounds like a must-have dish. Now we head to NZ as I chat to Elizabeth Stokes, frontwoman for indie band The Beths, who are about to release their album Jump Rope Gazers. Today I am joined by lead vocalist and guitarist Liz Stokes from NZ band The Beths, who have a new album up their sleeves, Jump Rope Gazers.
It's a little different from the previous record in some ways, but I think at the core of it we tried to keep the heart of like what we do the same. Like we wanted it to be the four of us still, and Jonathan, our guitarist, is still recording and mixing it and everything like that.
Are there any new skills that you all, or hobbies that you've discovered that you're into because of all this downtime?
I don't know. I mainly played a lot of Animal Crossing.
I have been playing Animal Crossing on Switch as well. It's so fun.
It's so weird that how many hours I played of it during that period, and how like it will always be associated for me with that particular period. And I've been playing it a little bit since, but like it's such a game of the moment that I don't know if if that's ever happened before and will ever happen again.
Have you got a 5-star island yet?
I have. I just got it recently. I didn't even realize, but I was stuck on 4 stars for ages, and I was like, oh, forget about it. And then a little Lily of the Valley popped up, and I was like, oh my gosh.
That's happened to me. I was just like wandering around, doing some terraforming, and then I saw the Lily, and I was like, oh my god! I just ran straight to Isabel, and she said 5 stars. It was great.
You did it.
Oh my god! What sort of lessons have you learned from, I suppose, recording Future Me Hates Me? That you were able to apply to Jump Rope Gazers, if any? Because
the first record was recorded like when we were like, like a part-time band kind of thing, hobby band. It was like we would get the odd session in the evening or in the weekend or something like that. And in one of the gaps in touring earlier in the year, we knocked down the walls in Jonathan's studio and like did some DIY and made it into like a bigger, just one medium-sized room. But it meant that we were all able to play together and track together. Being able to kind of do the first part of the process all in the room together felt a lot better, and it made it fun. You go a bit stir crazy in that little room sometimes. Tristan's got a really big old marching drum that he was doing up. We got to use that on a couple of the songs, and it's just like ridiculously big kick drum.
So last year you guys won Best Group and Best Alternative Artist at the NZ Music Awards, which is insane. So that must have been a pretty big night of celebrations, right?
That was really fun. It was like right before our very last shows, which were in our hometown in Auckland, and it just felt like a really like a culmination of the last couple of years, and like it was kind of an excuse to celebrate, because it doesn't come easily to me to like kind of slow down and like kind of look around and be like, things are going well. And it felt like it kind of forced us to do that, to kind of like take stock and thank the people around us and be grateful for our community and stuff. And it was really fun.
You're supporting Green Day, Fall Out Boy and Weezer on this
tour in November. So do you have any plans to raid any of their riders?
I wonder what is in their riders, eh? Probably all like real healthy, I reckon. But I would love to meet any of them. And I'm not sure with a tour this big what the deal is. Like sometimes people are very separate, like in sport tours we've done. Sometimes people are really nice. It just purely depends on like how much energy people have, I guess. They're all like such giant bands in my world for certain, but like, you know, in their world as well. Splendor was exciting. It's such a giant festival. Like not growing up in Australia, it doesn't have quite the cultural like oomph that it has, I think, in Australia, where you grow up and it's like, oh, it's Splendor. And so we were like, yeah, Splendor. Got there and kind of realized how like big it is, like as a festival, like just in terms of the number of people. I was like, this is insane. So it was fun to kind of see that and kind of come to understand it a little bit more, which made us feel, you know, grateful to be there.
You also got a headline tour in late November. So what are you most looking forward to about, you know, just getting back out there after all this time?
The thing that I'm most looking forward to is just playing music. Every musician kind of thinks about it differently, but actually physically playing it is something that's quite important to us. If that can happen, that would be ideal. That would be great.
Thank you so much for chatting with me, Liz, and best of luck with Jump Rope Gazers, which is dropping July 10th.
Thanks for chatting. See ya.
That has made me really want to go home and play Animal Crossing. Thanks, Liz.
Now it's time to put on your best flannel shirt as Jesse and I head to Lumberpunk's axe throwing. Let's go.
Hey guys, here we are at Lumberpunks with co-owner Tyson. So Tyson, for those who are unfamiliar, tell us a little bit about axe throwing. What's it all about?
Okay, well, axe throwing is a sport that's been growing over the last 15 years. And we opened up about 3 years ago in Australia, and it's just getting bigger and bigger as we go. Really, the whole essence of it is about community. So it's about teaching people how to throw axes and then getting them involved and then getting to hang out and throw axes together.
We've got a league going. How exactly do the leagues work?
Okay, so we run our league on a Monday night, and we have teams of 3 battle other teams over 8 weeks. And basically, they come in on a Monday night, they battle, and then later on during the week, if they want to come and practice, they come and throw for free. And it's really pretty much like an all-you-can-throw smorgasbord. Yeah, it's good.
And so what do you think makes axe throwing so much fun?
It's controlling an object in a far distance. That's what it is. The big misconception is that it's about aggression and getting your frustrations out. It's the opposite. It's about honing your skill and going into a zone. So we call it honing and zoning. As soon as you start getting into that flow, you're trying to get back into it. It's awesome fun.
You have a few Lumberpunk venues in Perth and the Gold Coast as well. What can one expect, say they came here for a night? I see you've got some pinball machines and everything and drinks as well.
Absolutely. So when they come in, we teach them how to throw. So like we go through a whole safety spiel and get their technique up, and then we show them different axes, and then we get them to play against their mates. We've also got other things that we have here as well, like the pinball machines and video games and stuff. And basically, like the whole idea is that this is your clubhouse. So you come in, have fun, and then hang out with your mates.
Is there plans of expanding?
Yeah, Australia-wide. Yeah, we'll be absolutely Australia-wide in no time. So watch out for that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Tyson. It's great to be here.
Jesse to have a throw.
Oh, no. It might not look like it, but axe throwing is a great cardiovascular workout. That was a lot of fun. While Tony Soprano made the Mafia cool again, the original Godfather is still the best. Mm-hmm. James took control of the iconic storyline as he road-tested Mafia Trilogy.
2K Czech's Mafia Trilogy has been given a facelift. You know, like Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci in The Irishman. De Niro looks like this now. Not this. Or this. Or, you know, this. While Bob hasn't found the elixir of youth, the gangster genre in gaming, as in film, never gets old. The Mafia game series is not unlike the Grand Theft Auto empire, which has since evolved into Red Dead Redemption country. You steal cars or horses, you go on crime sprees.
Me and Vito go way back. He just come back from overseas and he needs some cash. So I figure he can help with your supply problem.
You spend your ill-gotten gains on the latest threads.
Damn it, Mike. You put your grubby mitts on my fucking coat. I paid a fortune for this thing.
You chase broads or dames.
Oh, this one never fails. Hey, baby, that's a nice outfit. It'll look good crumpled up at the foot of my bed in the morning.
And you climb the criminal ladder. This model of gaming has been so prevalent, though, that it is perhaps the downfall of this reboot. The latest Red Dead Redemption and GTA games are so slick, contain such open worlds and intuitive controls that this throwback feels impermissibly clunky in comparison. On the other hand, the story mode, and let's face it, the mafioso mystique, is undeniably appealing, although the game has been criticised for advancing unwelcome racial stereotypes, a criticism that could equally be levelled at other titles in this genre.
Hey! Hey, what you doing, motherfucker?
The Mafia trilogy is not unlike the Godfather trilogy. The first one was groundbreaking, the second one got the best reviews, and the third one, well, let's not talk about the third one. If you missed out on this the first time around and you're hankering for some automobile thieving while you await the next GTA, this is worth checking out, but it may test your patience at times. 3.5 stars.
Now, James tells us it's pretty graphic, but no horse's head in the bed. Out west, our friends at Revelation Perth International Film Festival have a new online event. It's called Couch, and Richard is going to give us the lowdown.
Hi there, I'm Richard Sowada, Director of the Revelation Perth International Film Festival, and I've got 1 minute to talk to you about our online festival, Couch, which is happening July the 9th to the 19th because of the damn plague. But look, we've done, I think, a really amazing job. We've amassed 30 plus brand new international feature films and feature documentaries. They were circulating around the Berlin Film Festival and the Rotterdam Film Festival and Sundance and Slamdance and Venice and the A-list film festivals before the plague. We're really super proud of the program. We're adding films as we go. We've got live performance too, and we'll have talks and Q&As. We've got a ton of short films, which I'm loading onto the website as we speak, including a great amount of locally produced films. I hope to see you there. It's a really crackerjack program, challenging in some areas and then true popcorn and beer in other areas. So look, I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you there. Bye for now.
I'll never get sick of seeing that tux. Our final segment today sees UK-based WA comedian Brodi Snook looking for ways to distract herself from being productive. Can relate.
Hello, I'm Brodi Snook and I used to be a comedian. These are my top 5 things I did today instead of anything remotely productive. Number 5, mindfulness colouring in for adults. It's that one, it's really cute. Lots of colour. Again, really proud of this one. Lots of colour. Just like to keep it colourful. This third piece is a little bit more abstract from me, but it is a lot more representative of how I feel. Sometimes in life you just got to go outside the lines, you know. Initially I forgot the P in hope, and of course that then read abandon all ho, which is incidentally what I've done with every responsibility in my life. Number 4, I found my old high school yearbook and I have gone through and played Shag, Marry, Kill with all my teachers. I'm holding the book down here out of shot in order to protect the identity of my school, because if the Catholics need anything, it is more protection. Mr. Papazaru, straight up would kill. Kind of embarrassing to mention for me, but I got Belle of the Ball. Ugh. Sorry, stop mentioning it, Jesus Christ. Best thing that's ever happened to me. Mr. Papazaru crowned me with my tiara, and as he went to slide it into my little middle part, he ruined my ball hair and also scalped me just the tiniest little bit. So 10 out of 10 would kill. Number 3, I went through my messenger inbox, did a deep dive all the way back to 2013 to like try and see which guys I was trying to pull all the way back then. And it turns out that I actually, I got ghosted quite a lot in 2013. Number 2, I've taught myself to play the water glasses. I'm very good. Hang on. Number 1.
I think it's safe to say quite a few of us have tried number 5 at least once over the past few months. Thanks, Brodi. And well, that's the show, guys. As always, if you're a fan, subscribe below for all the action from around Australia. Bye.
See you guys.